Testing. Oh my God, I feel rusty. I feel so rusty. Happy Sunday, my sugar dumplings. Welcome back to Brunch with DESB. God, it's been a rough day and we're going to talk about it here in a second, but I was, as always, I wasn't looking forward to this, although I wanted to look forward to this. And here I am now, finally recording. I'm kind of grinning, like a little skewer girl. I missed you guys so much. I am rejuvenated. And let me tell you what, we do have so much to talk about. We have so much to catch up on. I haven't talked to you guys in basically 3 weeks. Nonetheless, let's just round up. Let's just say it's been a month. And let me tell you, it's been a month. There's been a lot going on. We are officially in the last month of November. We're almost in December. Okay, first off, in the amount of life changes I've had in the past month, I feel like I'm coming to you renewed. I don't know if you guys are looking at me differently. Maybe I'm looking elevated, maybe I'm looking disheveled. Honestly, it's a mixture of both. Although I was very much renewed from my vacation, I'm also very much on the struggle bus. And we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about it all. We got a lot to talk about. Okay, so let's go ahead and pop our bussies, but no, pop a drink. Okay. Listen to me first and foremost. This is how you know I've changed. Look what I'm drinking. If you don't know what this is poppi. This is probably the drink I've ever shit on the most. Okay. I once tried a few poppi flavors, specifically is it a cherry limeade? I literally almost threw up on the floor. I swore to everyone that I was dude, poppi fucking sucks. Olipop is superior. Now, here's the thing. I will still argue I like Olipop a little bit more, but I'm going to take back what I said about poppi. Okay, because this is a really good flavor. This is the cherry cola, I think, it's called Doc Pop. It's like a cherry cola. And I've tried the root beer. The root beer is really strong. I've tried the Sprite, maybe the ginger ale. I don't know. And there was another one I tried I really liked. I don't remember, but regardless, I'm actually a fan. So let's go ahead. Cheers to this. Cheers to being back. Let me tell you, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, because Evie is not giving me a long time. Okay, Evie's not giving me a long time. Literally, I don't even know where to start today. I have my whole script up. I have a few things I really need to talk about. Let's start first with the biggest news in what finally popped. And that is my pregnancy guide. I've been working on this longer than I was even pregnant. I've been working on this pregnancy and beyond, quite literally. It's called Positive and Beyond, bitch. I'm beyond postpartum, and I've been working on this. So the pregnancy guide is officially live. The best news is if you are a member, you get access to this for $0. Okay? Pay your membership fee, you get access to it. The core guide and the pregnancy guides The pregnancy guide is yours to keep and yours to utilize while you're a member. So when I say yours to keep, I'm talking as you're a member. The only thing that's negative is if you do cancel your membership, you lose access. But if you choose that you really like it, you can go buy it and then have it to keep. Now, if you're someone who you want it no matter what, that's where you can go buy it, have it, keep it, etc. So I'm going to link the landing page below. Check it out, guys. This has everything that you would ever want out of a guide. Listen, I've been around the block. Okay, I've held 3 pregnancies. At this point, I know what I would want out of a pregnancy program and what people deserve. I also worked hand in hand with my physical therapist, pelvic floor physical therapist, to approve this program. It was very important to me to have a stamp of approval on it. So if you are pregnant, and I know one of you bitches out there, you're about to get a positive test this week, okay? Claim it. Lord, yes, on a Sunday. Yes, Lord, you're about to get a positive test. You need to go buy my pregnancy guide, or you can join my membership and get it for just $29 a month. Period. I'm so excited. There's so much more details. I'm not going to sit here and bore you with it. Although I hope you're enjoying listening to me talk right now because I haven't talked in a minute. All right. So that's the first news. Here's old news. So I literally have it sectioned on my script. I made some notes. Old news, Chickenfry, Bryan. Okay. I know that this is old news, but Brianna and Bryan broke up. Now this is crazy to me because the week prior to them announcing their breakup, I actually told Wyatt, I was like, wow, I feel like they might actually get married. This is crazy. I feel like they've been together for a while. Boom, the bomb is dropped that they broke up. Okay, cool. People break up, right? We don't care. No. This was Bryan is a piece of shit breakup. Okay. She went on BFF's pod, cleared the air. This girl was offered $12 million to keep her fucking mouth shut. And I said this, I also foreshadowed this on my second to last episode that I did, where I said, would you keep quiet for some hush money? Like, money can make you do things, right? Well, she didn't take the 12 million. And I think that by not taking the 12 million, this is going to propel her forward, because I think it shows her character. And some people are definitely going to like ride for her harder, and support her so that she gets that 12 million like back. You know what I'm saying? Like code Brianna, you know what I mean? Like code Chickenfry, like whatever. So regardless, they broke up. She cleared the air about what kind of piece of fucking shit this guy is. And from what I know, he's like under 6 foot. Like, I'm sorry, you can't be an asshole under 6 foot. Like, it's fucking mathematics and science. Like, you can't do it because you don't deserve it, So she's thriving now. She's glowing. You can tell she's also like gained some weight back in the podcast. And I love it. I love that Dave stood up for her. I love that everyone stood up for her. And I'm glad to see her thriving. So again, old news. I'm not going to spend time on it, but I did just want to reference what I thought of it. I think Zach Bryan's a piece of shit. I've never gotten on board with him, period. Like, I've never really listened anyway. So I dodged a bullet, and now Brianna can as well. Next up, my favorite thing ever to announce. My girl with no job, is pregnant. If you guys don't know who that is, Claudia from The Toast. She is pregnant. She announced it. I was a little shocked. But also there were a few things in recent episodes that I was like, am I getting like pregnancy radar? There's been a few other people around me that are pregnant, and I called that shit before they announced it. So it was kind of crazy because she's very much an oversharer like me. So when you think of like someone like me holding a secret like that, it's crazy to think that she didn't slip. But there was a few episodes, again, she was like doing some ad reads and stuff, and she slipped. She kind of slipped. I don't know. I was just like my ear went up. Like, I was like, did she mean to say that? Stuff like that. So Claudia's pregnant. I'm excited. She's actually been super transparent and honest about like her current Ozempic journey in the past year. She's off Ozempic now. Obviously she has been. But I'll be curious to see just like how she reacts with pregnancy. Like, she's really changed her lifestyle. She started running. She's working out, all these beautiful things. So I think that she's going to have a really great and healthy pregnancy, and I'm manifesting that for her. Next up, Martha Stewart documentary came out. Now, again, old news, right? You're like, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to talk long about it, but all I will say is that Martha Stewart is really kind of that bitch. She paved a way. And for so long, I always said Paris Hilton was the first influencer, because I do kind of stand by that in terms of like really utilizing social media specifically. But when we really date this back, Martha Stewart was genuinely one of the first influencers. We could also argue maybe like Oprah ran in that circle a little bit too. She, I think, kind of piggybacked off of Martha Stewart in terms of like Oprah magazine, Oprah weddings, Oprah this, Oprah this. Martha Stewart had that, right? Like, she had Martha Stewart weddings, Martha Stewart home living, Martha and Martha, Martha. And dude, this girl, I think that she is happy, but also when I watched this documentary, I felt so sad for her, because I can almost still see in her I think she's like 80 some years old. Don't quote me on that. Holy shit, don't quote me on that. But you can almost still see this sadness in her. Like, she's so unfulfilled. She has been such a perfectionist her whole life that she's still not happy. And it really made me reevaluate myself. I'm like, oh, like, what am I complaining about? Like, listen, girls, anyone listening right now, we are never going to be this hot again. We are never going to be this hot again. Like, when people are like, oh my God, take all the nudes now, like, you're going to regret it. So real. Like, I can think back to even like a couple years ago, like, my nudes would have been fire. And now here I am. Like, but also think a couple years now, I'm going to regret saying that about my current self, like, whatever. It's such a weird part of like science that happens with that. So anyways, Martha Stewart doc was great. It was super eye-opening with like her court case back in the day. I think I was in like elementary or middle school. I remember her going to like quote prison. And for some reason, like, I always thought she killed someone. Like, I know obviously she didn't. It was like money related, but I really thought she like committed murder. So that was good to clear up on my end. Next up, we have a really exciting announcement. Verity by Colleen Hoover. The book is going to become an adaptation to a movie. And guess who one of the leading star is? Ding, ding, ding. You got it right. Anne Hathaway. This is so perfect. I think Anne Hathaway, in some of her roles that she's had, she's played a good kind of like bitch. and also like kind of like she can play a creepy girl, I think, like a kind of like mysterious type of role. So I think that she will be really good. I can't remember what role she is. I know she's not, is it Lowen? Dude, I haven't read this book in like over a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can't remember what her role is, but it's not like the main girl, I don't think. But anyway, so it'll be good. I'm excited. I think the movie will actually be creepy. I'm gonna call it. I think it's gonna be a PG-13 movie. I don't think they'll go rated R because I think they'll lose a lot of demographic of like book nerds. But I do think it'll be creepy. I think it's gonna give like a 2025 version of like the Haunted Mansion. Do you guys know the current Haunted Mansion that came out? That's what I think it's going to be. It's gonna be very similar to like kind of creepy, but still PG-13. So that's very exciting. Pumped for that. With that, it led me to then my next bullet point here. Where the fuck is Seven Husbands? If you guys have not read Seven Husbands by Evelyn Hugo, that was probably one of my favorite books. And when I started it, I thought I was going to hate it. Like I was like, oh my God, why did I even start this book? Because one thing about me, if I start a book, I'm not finishing it. You know, like I have to see it through, even if it like pains me. That's how I felt about Where the Crawdads Sing. You guys can talk that book up as much as you want. You're lying. That book fucking sucked. So where is Seven Husbands? Because I think that was being adapted to Netflix, maybe a series. And we have yet to see that. So like, come on. Like, I don't know. Are you guys on strike? Or like, where are you? Oh, where are you? So yeah, old news. Now we're blasting through this podcast. We're already 12 minutes in. And we have a majority of these like old news things covered. Could I spend time on a lot of them? Yeah, like trust me, I would love to yap about this shit. But at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of people that fuck up here soon. So we're going to have a lot of news going into the holiday season, I'm hoping. So let's go back a few weeks ago. I went to my last Eras tour. This is crazy because as we're speaking right now, the Eras tour is officially ending. If you're not a Swiftie, you don't get it, and that's fine. Like, I don't expect you to understand it, but this has been one of the longest tours any artist has ever done. Nonetheless, like, I read some stat or something, and you guys have probably seen me repost it. It was like, by the end of this tour, Taylor Swift would have sung All Too Well over 25 hours or something like that. Like, that song alone. To understand the level of entertaining she has been doing for almost 2 years, 3-hour shows 3 times a week with like very minimal rest in between. I mean, she has been hauling ass. I am fearful for tonight being the last night of the Eras tour because number one, I think she's going to clown us. She's not going to introduce anything. And number two, I have a feeling she is going to just go like MIA outside of supporting her man at the Chiefs and, you know, going out to dinner, whatever. I think she's just, I don't know when to expect new music from her. Like, I don't know. Obviously, she's been recording. She's been in the studio. But, like, what does her next timeline look like? Because, like, after a long tour like that, I don't think you want a tour. Like, as much as she loves what she does, I always wonder, I'm like, but do you, bitch? Like, are you ready for a break? Come on. Like, you have to be. But I don't know. When you have such electric fans and electric vibes in a stadium, I can't help but imagine, even on your worst day, that would be an escape for you. You know? I don't know. So, that's crazy that it's her last Eras tour. So I went to mine. I went to Indianapolis. Nothing happened. Yeah, I really thought that something cool. It was like, why the fuck would she do anything cool in Indianapolis? Like, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Okay, but regardless, went to Indianapolis. We were like literally 6 rows back. Like dead serious. Like I could see her makeup. It was the most ridiculous seating ever. And I do just want to preface this. We only spent like $300 some on tickets. My friend, Vanessa, shout out to my plug, she got us tickets during pre-sale, like from how much Taylor was charging. Taylor wasn't charging a ton for her tickets, dude. Like a pretty doable amount for like, you know, having a once of a lifetime Eras tour. Very much a doable amount. It was people that would get them and then scalp them. So that night of the concert, I kind of thought, I was like, oh my gosh, I should look up how much I could sell it for like right now, right? And I could probably have sold my ticket for like almost $5,000. Like it's nuts how much people upsell them, but also how in demand they are because you will never see something like the Eras tour I don't think ever again. And if someone does try to replicate it, I just don't think it'll be like, it just won't be the same. Like Taylor fucking did it first. And it's memorable. I am really sad I won't be able to go to the short and sweet tour as of now. I don't know, dude. I'm kind of dabbling. Hear me out. I'm dabbling going to London for her short and sweet tour next March or April. I'm turning 30, bitch. Do I need to go see Sabrina Carpenter? But I don't know. Because like I said, could it ruin it for me? Could it ruin it for me like it did Olivia Rodrigo? Like, I'm still scarred, and I always will be. Now, after the Eras tour, it was amazing. Like, screaming at the top of my lungs in the 6th row, 7th row back, chef's kiss. The worst part of the whole thing, listen to this. We step outside of the Lucas Oil Stadium, right? It's cold. Okay, it's cold. We're in fucking short dresses, whatever. We're miserable. We start walking back. Our feet are killing us. By the way, feet are killing us. We start walking back. Traffic is crazy. There's these little like bikes, like automatic bikes, machine bikes, but like with a trolley on the back kind of. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. So we're like, whoop, whoop, hey, guy, yeah, come here. They're like, are you sure? And I was like, I don't care. I'll buy it. Like, we need to get back to this car. Like, it was miserable. These poor girls, they were also shaken. So like, whatever, just get in. The guy starts going and he's like, this is what he tells us. It's going to be $15 per minute per person. I don't even think I had the chance to tell him no, I was just like, just fucking get us out of here. Guys, it was a 6-minute drive. I'm not even telling you guys. You do the fucking math. 15 minutes, $15 per person per fucking minute. There was 4 of us. Do the fucking math. So he drops us off, right? It's just this guy. We're fucking scared in the middle of a dark parking lot. And then he has the audacity to ask us how to get back. He said he's not even from there. Oh my God. When I tell you I almost fainted. It was the worst part of my Eras tour. And I said, we're never going to speak of this again. And here I am speaking of it. But I feel like you need to know, even the best fall down sometimes. And it was me. I was the best and I fell down that night to this fucking loser on a bike. Like, oh my God, I cannot believe. And the thing that pisses me off the most, I know for a fucking fact we got into that bike and he on the spot was just like, what do I think I can charge these 4 girls? And he totally took advantage of us, like 100 fucking %. He wouldn't even let me leave without seeing the Venmo be like, check complete and done. I literally was trying to like report it afterwards. I didn't know how to, but like honestly, fucking robbery. So anyways, that was my Eras tour. It was great. It was fun and it's all done. Great, fun, and all done. That's what I'm going to say. A few more things that are new. Very exciting. We have Reads of the Week. Guys, I didn't really watch a lot of TV when I was gone, but you know what I did do is I fucking read so many books. I'm going to pull up my Goodreads right now because I'm going to tell you guys some books that you need to read. I genuinely loved every single book that I read. I'll tell you which ones I loved the most. There was one that I could have skipped, but I was like, it was still good. Okay, so I started out hot with The Housemaid. I told you guys this because it's becoming a movie with Sydney Sweeney, right? So I did The Housemaid, The Housemaid's Secret, The Housemaid is Watching. All 3 of them are really good. I personally think that between the second and the third book, I actually liked more than the first. So write those down. The next series I did was the Arrangement series. So the first book is called The Arrangement. The second book's called The Amendment. The third book's called The Atonement. Now, I've seen hit or misses on whether people liked these books or not. I personally liked it. By the third book, I'll be honest, I was a little bit exhausted. Like, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But by the time it ended, I was like, okay, hands up. It was a good series. Like, I'm glad I read it, but like, I wouldn't reread it. Not that you really reread books, but like, I wouldn't. But I did like it. Next up, I read a lot of Frida McFadden. The only thing I'm noticing about her books is that she is very quick to end a book. Like, a lot of people gave this feedback and I would agree. Her endings feel very rushed. Like, it's a very quick, like, whiplash of shock and then like the book's done. So in some cases, I think it works out good because I like it. You're kind of gnawing at the bit until the end, but also I can see where some people can get annoyed with that. So the first one I read was Never Lie. I don't want to ruin any of these for you because I genuinely want you to read them. But if you ever want me to discuss a book, let me know. Let me tell you, I'll fucking talk about it, okay? Never Lie. I would give that a solid, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Like, would read it. Not my favorite. The next one was The Inmate. Now, I actually really liked this one. I would probably give this one an 8.5 out of 10, maybe a 9. I genuinely liked the storyline. The next one was The Teacher. This one was a little bit twisted. In some parts, it did make me like a tad uncomfortable, but I would give this one a 9 out of 10. Like it was kind of fun to read. The last one I read was The Boyfriend. I would give this one a 9 out of 10 as well, because it is definitely probably out of all of them, one of the best, in my opinion. I think The Boyfriend is better than Never Lie, and Never Lie is like the other like highly rated one. So those are all the books that I read on vacation. I read so much. Instead of being on my phone during like nap times and stuff like that, I decided to just read on my Kindle, and it was honestly so nice. Like I just got lost in these books. I got to almost like kind of daydream and like feel this vision in my head. I don't know. It just feels like you're really like using your brain when you're reading your book, versus like scrolling on TikTok or something, which by the way, I've like completely given up TikTok. Not on purpose. I just genuinely haven't been on the app, and I can't express to you like how toxic that app is. There's so much fucking drama all the time, and like people just consistently shitting on things. I don't know. It was like, I can't do this. So I've gotten off it, and let me tell you, mental health, whoop. I hope they ban that shit in the US. I don't give a fuck. Let me tell you that. Next up, 2 things coming this week. Thanksgiving, right? We have Black Friday. We have some exciting things. So the Buff Bunny Black Friday sale already started. It started on Friday. You can use my code for an extra 10% off. That's DESB at checkout. They have leggings for like $13. Now, by now, could some of the good sales be gone? Probably. Like, let's be for real, okay? But you can always pick over what's left. There probably is something for everyone. Like, and there was a new launch as well. So, like, hello. This past year, I'm going to do a full review of like 2024. So you know what? I'm not going to talk about it yet because I'm going to review 2024 as a whole. And I have a lot to say. So I won't go there. But Buff Bunny is on sale. Alani Nutrition is on sale. You can't use my code, but you can use my link. Okay, I stand corrected. I thought you could still use my code. So alaninew.com/DESB. Everything is buy one, get one, half off. Highly recommend. Good time to stock up on like energy drinks. They have like little doorbusters. It's a good sale. Trust me. We also have Petula Black Friday going on. We also have the Cozy Collection launching, which I'm wearing right now. I have the sweatpants on. The sweatshirt I had to take off because I was fucking hot. And then they actually have kids collections this time as well. So I'm really excited. You guys are going to love it. I got Archie a 2T, and then I got Maddox a small, which is like a 5 or 6T. And Wyatt and XL, I have a medium sweatshirt and a large sweatshirt, medium sweatpant. And they all fit really well. They're definitely more like oversized. So you could very much go true to size. They're meant to fit oversized. You can use code DESB for an extra 10% off there. Need I not forget that we have, drumroll please, 4 weeks, 4 gains coming out Black Friday day. Okay. We also have Hydro Jug coming out Black Friday day. So I can really give a hats off to people who wait until Black Friday still to do their sales, myself included. I think it speaks volumes for the tradition in the household that we like to uphold. Okay. So 4 weeks for gains releases on Friday and Saturday, 48 hours, $48. These are all less than 45-minute workouts. And I did bring back having a strength focused or a circuit focused workout. All of them are also pregnancy and postpartum safe. So like no matter what, you're going to have notes, you're going to have modifications, you're going to have options. All right. Really excited for it. We have a 4-week mini challenge. We have little mini habit challenges in between as well every week. So it's a good place to just kind of like stick together during the holiday season, where I feel like during this time of year, things can get really busy. We can fall off. We can go, oh, I'm not going to work out today. I mean, shit, it's 5:22. I still haven't worked out today. And it can just get really busy, on top of just maybe those seasons of life where you find yourself doing a lot at once. So 4 weeks for gains launches, and so does Hydro Jug. Now with Hydro Jug, you cannot use my link, or I'm sorry, you can't use my code. You have to shop my link. So please save my link below in the description notes, show notes, link in bio, wherever the fuck you are. Save my link so that you can shop through that. It is so helpful, okay? I put in so much work all year, right? Sharing all the brands and like Hydro Jug and this and that. So when it comes to these launches, it kind of sucks ass because if you don't use my link, I don't get a kickback. I don't get a 10% referral. So again, for every $20 you spend, I make $2 or something like that, right? So if you don't use my link, I don't get that. And like the companies don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? So if you can go out of your way to use my link, girl, I would highly appreciate it. We have the advent calendar. We have Hydro Jug sales, up to 20% off travelers, 30% off the whole website. They're also discounting the 32 ounce Sport, the one with like the handle, for the first time ever. So a lot of options to stock up, get your gifts, all the good things. And yeah, dude, I feel like I have so many links and things I'm supposed to share. And I literally like just can't give a fuck. Like I cannot give a fuck less this year. Like, I don't know if it's just I'm overwhelmed. I got a lot going on in my own personal life. It's just like, I feel like sharing feels like so much. Like we all have so much that we have to worry about anyway. And like to tell people to like, buy this, do this. Like, I just think it can come across as so annoying. And although it's my job, I'm like, everyone's going to fucking hate me by the end of the year. And then they're not going to want to support me next year. So what the fuck? You know, I'd rather like tone it down for Black Friday. But you know, Black Friday can be a very high monetary place for a lot of people, especially like fashion bloggers and home bloggers. Dude, they fucking link everything under the sun. It's a lot of work. I'll tell you what, you might look at someone and go, oh my God, that's got to be so easy. I can't believe they make that much money doing that. I'll tell you fucking what, it's a lot of work. So go the fuck off. You know what I mean? But it's not for me. So if you're here, you know, and if you're not, you don't, you know, it's just, it is what it is, to be honest. Those are my Black Friday spiel. Please don't feel like you have to buy anything. Please don't feel like you shouldn't buy anything. You know, if you want to do something for yourself, go for it. Also, don't feel like you have to use my code or my link. If you don't like me and you're just here, like, I don't care. Abundance. It will come back to me. You know, that's how I feel. So let me know what you guys think about Black Friday. Because for some people, starting Black Friday in October, honestly, that felt criminal. Like you should probably be in jail if you started Black Friday sales prior to October 31st. Like at that point, again, it's just like science that Black Friday keeps inching up and you should go down in the dirt, you know, like 6 feet under, if you know what I'm saying. Like take a dirt nap if you believe that Black Friday sales start in October. Like I'm not even thinking about Christmas in October. Like I'm thinking about Halloween and I'm kind of thinking about Thanksgiving, but I'm really just holding on to any day above 65 degrees. Like that is all, like I'm clinging to that, knowing what is to come. And what is to come is what is today. We literally have like 6 to 8 inches of fucking snow on the ground here in Michigan. Crazy. I just came back from Florida 2 days ago. I was in 85-degree weather with sun. Like it just feels so criminal to be here. And then it feels even more criminal to know that some of you had Black Friday like sales going since October 31st. Like literally go to jail. I will die on that hill. So speaking of vacation, before we get into it, let's dive into, you know, my favorite partner and who you probably need this holiday season. Because let's be honest, you guys are about to go see your toxic family members. You're about to go visit some friends that you actually hate, but like you're trying to like make up reasons why you should still like them, although they're gaslighting you all the time and they don't like you and they're not a true friend. Therefore, you need therapy. You need to go talk to someone. So let's talk about that. This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp Online Therapy. I talk about BetterHelp a lot, seeing as that it's benefited me in the past 2 years. Some people think, you know, maybe, oh, things have to get really bad until you can go to therapy. You're like, I'm not depressed. Why do I need therapy? But really, therapy is a tool to where you're using it before things were to get worse and to avoid being at your lowest low. I don't know about you, but why the fuck would you want to get to your lowest low before you climb out to the top again, right? BetterHelp is customized online therapy that offers video and even live chat sessions with your therapist. You don't have to see anyone on your camera. You don't have to wear pants. You don't even have to put on pajamas. You could be naked wherever you're at and do a therapy session with your therapist. So for me personally, I like to put my AirPods in. I'll walk around my desk room. I'll go for a walk outside when it's nice out, whatever it may be. And that's what works for me. It is customizable and it is more affordable than most in-person therapy. Give it a try. See why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. And girls, don't forget to get on BetterHelp.com/DESB and put in that discount code. If you forget that, you do not get that 10% off your first month. And that is the deal with being a listener of Brunch with Desb. You know, I really feel like we breezed through this podcast. I'm feeling a little like out of repetition, you know, like I have to get ready to like get back into like my podcasting game. It's almost like when you haven't talked to someone in a long time, or you haven't like had an interview, and then you start to do the interview and you're like, oh my God, like I'm not like, not rehearsed. Like, I don't know. It's almost like when you haven't been in the gym. Here we go. You haven't been in the gym. You haven't squatted in a while. So you grab the barbell for the first time. You're like, holy fuck, that felt really heavy. Like today feels really heavy to put it blankly. All right. So let's talk about like my 2-week off hiatus debrief, Disney, the whole thing. I want to let you in on one secret, and only you guys are going to know this here. When I was in Disney, I tried on a pair of ears. I'm going to let that sink in for a second. That is true. I tried on a pair of the Mickey ears, and I didn't buy them. I want to make that very fucking clear. I didn't buy them. But there was an inch of me that kind of wanted to. A part of me kind of was pulling me to do that, and I didn't. Okay, but I really was entertaining it in my mind. Mostly because here's where my reasoning comes in. Mostly because Maddox and Archie like love Mickey and Minnie so much that if I were to have worn the ears, I think they would have loved it. Like they'd be like, ha ha, mommy, Minnie, mommy's Minnie. Like it would have been cute. Okay. The other part of me then also wanted to, because like I wanted to almost like fit in. Like when you're there, I mean, everyone there is so engulfed in Disney. Like whether you want to say, oh, I hate it here, I can't believe I'm here again. Like by the end of the day, you feel the magic, you know. It sounds so dumb, but like even Wyatt was like, you know what? I'm really glad we went. Like it was actually really fun. And this motherfucker wanted to go back to Animal Kingdom. Like we ended up doing Animal Kingdom too. So we did Magic Kingdom, we did Animal Kingdom. It was awesome. It was fun. The one day we did Magic Kingdom, we went with my father-in-law as well. So having an extra pair of hands was awesome. Now, Animal Kingdom, a little bit less busy. We only did Wyatt and I made a fucking rookie mistake, dude. I forgot my baby carrier, like my baby wearer, in the hotel room. I almost wanted to cry. Luckily, the lines weren't that long. We also got the lightning lane passes. So like when I was holding Evie, it wasn't that long, and it like wasn't crazy. Most of the rides we just walked right on. Now, if I would have done that shit at Magic Kingdom, I would have literally wanted to RIP. So note to self, note to any moms going to Disney, do not forget your baby wearer, because you cannot bring strollers in line. And although that's oh, duh, but like if you think about how long you'd be holding your baby, you need to either bring a baby wearer or like you need to bring a tush baby. I saw so many moms there fucking lugging their damn 8-year-old kids around, which is fine. If they want you to hold them. But they're throwing their fucking backs out for these brats, and you feel bad for them. So I wish I had a tush baby and been like, bro, like use this while you're in line. Also, relax. I'm kidding about the brat word, okay? It's a brat summer. It's a brat fall. It's a brat winter. It's a brat 2024, period. So Disney was fun. We ended up doing also Chef Mickey's. This is at the Contemporary Resort. We just made a reservation there and like showed up. We didn't like stay there. So we went to Chef Mickey's. That was really cool. The buffet of like breakfast food was actually pretty good. So they have breakfast and dinner. Maybe breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but only breakfast do they have all the characters there. So the kids got to see Donald, Goofy, Pluto, Minnie, and Mickey. It was awesome. They were like pumped. They like the cast there made sure that everyone did walk around. So like no matter what, you did see them all. You truly got what you paid for, and I really loved that about that experience. But honestly, the plane ride there, everything just like literally the amount of luggage you have to pack for 3 people, a family of 5, is like terrible. That was probably the worst part of it all. And when we were there, we actually rented a Kia Carnival. And I am so proud to tell you guys, like, I am going to buy a minivan. We have been wanting to trade in Wyatt's Telluride or my car, like depending on which one has more equity. Because, #finances. We've been wanting to trade it in for like a bigger car. And we really tossed around the idea of like an SUV, right? Like we want a big a big car that we can lug around like future fucking sports equipment and backpacks and shit, right? Like we're not crazy for that. But within that experience, have you ever looked at the price tag for those fucking cars? What the fuck? Like, I don't know. No. Like, that's nuts. So I kind of backtracked. I was like, okay, maybe not. Like, do we just fucking struggle in this car? Like, by the way, when I bought my car, we were done having kids, right? Evie was like 100% a mistake. So, like the biggest thing I think I've noticed when we were in Florida, because again, we used this Kia Carnival for 2 weeks. We got a taste of what minivan, what life was like. And let me tell you, I want a minivan right fucking now. The fact that I showed up to O'Hare Airport and had to go back to my Hyundai Palisade, I wanted to literally croak. Like it's the smallest car, or it feels so small after using a minivan. The amount of room is endless. Like you could literally have a picnic in the back if you wanted to. You could literally just like lay down. You could put a fucking blow up mattress in the back of a minivan. Like it's nuts how much room you end up having. And the biggest differentiator for me was having a bench seat instead of captain chairs. So right now we have captain chairs, so Maddox has to go all the way in the back. And it works out, don't get me wrong. But the ease of having captain chairs, dude, half the time Maddox, when like Evie was crying, Maddox would just like put her binky back in. Hello, game changer. If you have multiple kids, okay, you got one taking care of the other one in the back. And then if we needed something, Maddox could help Archie, XYZ. It was literally amazing. We were in and out of a car so fucking fast. And I never really understood why minivans like slide, like the doors slide. I get it now. And why don't we have sliding doors on everything? Like why does my Hyundai not have sliding doors? Like so smart. And then when you got kids, growing up, fucking swinging open the door, dinking other people's cars, you're like, oh my God. This doesn't happen because the doors just fucking slide open. It's literally magical. And I feel like I've been on all parts of the spectrum. Like I've had a Prius before, so I had a hybrid. I had a Toyota CHR. I had a Monte Carlo at one point. I had a Scion XB. I had a Tesla Model X. Now I have a Hyundai Palisade. So like I've kind of been around a few different types of cars, a few different types of like even gas versus electric, stuff like that. Nothing compared to that fucking minivan. Nothing compared to the fucking minivan. Like literally that was the highlight of Wyatt and I's whole trip. We were like, this was awesome to be able to test drive this car virtually for 2 fucking weeks. And the car that we test drove was even like the lowest trim of the car. And it was amazing still. Like I cannot wait to be a proud van owner. Fucking wait for me. Wait till you see this post. Like I'm literally getting a van and you're going to suck it. Okay. Also, I have been so embarrassed about this the whole time that like one of my nails popped off. And it's literally so short. And it's my one. Okay, so funny story. I'll tell you guys this one story. This finger was broken. I turned 6 years old. All right. My mom and I, we just went and got my charm bracelet. You guys remember those charm bracelets? The links? Like the silver ones. I just got a charm bracelet. It was a little like birthday cake and it hung off. Like it was like a dangly charm. We get to Walmart. It's my 6th birthday. And I go to shut my mom's car. She had a Mazda 6. I just want you guys to know how much of a fucking core memory this is. I slammed my finger in the car door. At this point, I don't even know how I did it. Like, I can't tell you, like, how that happened, but I did. I pulled it out of the door. I'm fucking screaming, right? I'm crying. My mom goes, oh, just, like, shake it off. Like, you're fine. Like, come on. We got to go inside. I'm still crying into Walmart. Mind you, it's my fucking birthday, okay? My mom looks at it. She's like, oh, I don't think it's broken. I'm like, no, like, I think it's broken. I promise you that this finger was broken. It looks fucked up. Like it forever was fucked up after that. Like it's one of my most embarrassing fingers. And with that, my nail never grew back like pretty, so to speak. I don't know. Like when I look at this finger, pointer finger, and I look at this one, this is like literally the ugly twin sister. Like I can't. It's so embarrassing. So when I don't have a nail on this finger, it makes it even worse. So like I would rather just walk around like this. Just fucking forefinger me. Not four. That sounded disgusting. Just forefinger me. Probably not. So now that I'm back home, easing back into routine, hopefully coming at you guys with a podcast weekly. I'm hoping. Okay, I know we tossed around the idea of bi-weekly, kind of like figuring out what this season of life looks like for me. But I love you guys. I love showing up and I love sharing and I love talking. I love, whatever. So think of this episode as like just a big debrief. Like, hey, I've been gone. I missed you. Here's what's new. And in the next week, we get to kind of like hop back into like current events and things and chats and current topics and stuff like that. So I got back home. Evie's just been like kind of struggling. I've been struggling a lot, honestly, postpartum and just like breastfeeding. There's so many elements to being postpartum. And, it's so easy to like look at myself right now. I'm like, why am I so upset? Why am I so frustrated? Why am I so overstimulated, angry? And I'm like, hold on. I had a baby 4 months ago. I just had a baby 4 months ago. Like, where is the grace for myself? And where is the grace for me from like even others? Like I think even people around you naturally think that you'll be back to normal too. And they don't think of you like where you're at. I'm not saying baby me, right? But just like understand how much life has changed for me and like my family and stuff like that, So it's like a really weird part because you look at yourself, you're like, why do I feel this way? Like I should be over it. Why am I this, that, and the other? And it's like, oh, like my body's still surging with hormones. And Evie's just been really difficult. She's been a super difficult baby, to be honest. Like she'll have her days, she'll have her hours where she's just like so pleasant and so cute and bubbly and fun. And then she'll have just like these terrible witching hours. So I'm trying a few different things. And by a few different things, I mean like probiotic drops, a little like tummy heating pad, some baby massages. And I personally am trying to cut down caffeine. And that started like quite literally today. Cause I'm like, something's got to give. Like, I don't think something's right. So I'm keeping some food logs, trying to figure out what this looks like. And I've never had to do this with a baby. So although she's my third and I'm like, oh, I get this. I've been here, done that. I've never actually had to like worry about certain, like maybe an intolerance or a sensitivity of any sort. And so this is like new territory for me. It's incredibly frustrating and it makes me more stressed too, because now there's a potential, like, do I have to change my fucking diet? Like, do I have to watch everything I eat? Like it's just never, how you like get mad at something. You're like, why can't it just be easy? That's like, I am sorry. Like sorry is me right now. Like I'm in my woe is me phase. Like, why can't it just be easy? Like, anyway, so I'm just feeling sorry for my fucking self right now. Okay. But it's just, it strains a lot of things in life and it's just like really difficult. And to try to balance like her while like working, doing check-ins, but like she's on my fucking tit or she's sitting here, she's crying. Like I can't work. I can't send audio or video. Like it, and then that stresses me out. So then all of a sudden I'm working till fucking 7 or 8 PM. I barely get to see my kids. Like, I don't know, it just sucks. And it sucks to come back to, because I just had a really beautiful like 2 weeks, right? And then it's kind of like, reality hits you, you come back and you're like, fuck, like, okay, how do I need to maneuver like my day? Like what does this need to look like for me? And I think that's where like part of me, I kind of talked about the Black Friday stuff. I'm like, I just don't have the mental space for it right now. Cause I'm like, I literally have bigger fish to fucking fry right now. You know what I mean? Like I have a lot of other things that I need to put as a priority. And posting 900 fucking links while everyone else does the same thing, like, is just not one of them. I have to do my bare minimum. I have to do what I'm required for, like, the companies I work with. And obviously I love working with those companies. So I want to bring them in money so that I can continue to be a part of the team, right? Like, that's important to me. But certain things like fucking Amazon this, Amazon that, doorbusters, this, that, I'm just like, I'll sacrifice the couple $1,000 or whatever it could equal up to, like it is not worth it right now. I can't even do it. I think it's such an incredidible thing to take into even your own life. Although this sounds incredibly ignorant for me to be like creating content. Like I promise you, it is very stressful. It's very hard. But with that being said, take it into your own life. What do you need to do right now? What boundary do you need to draw going into this holiday season? Like the really final push of holiday season, where do you need to draw a boundary to do something that's better for you than maybe what you think you should be doing? Is that instead of going to the gym 5 times a week, do you need to genuinely drop it down to 4? So on that 5th day, you can actually relax. Do you need to wake up early in the morning 2 days a week to get a few other things done? Or can you put that off till later? Like, what does it look like for you of the boundary, the line in the sand that you have to draw to like take care of you right now, and that's kind of like where I'm at. So it's been a rough go around, as relaxing as vacation was. It's almost harder to come back. And I have like terrible post-travel anxiety. Like when I think about a vacation ending, I don't get sad because it's ending, right? I'm like, oh, like I love vacation. I get scared to go home and like face the noise of what I have to do, like unpacking stuff, washing stuff, getting the kids' stuff back in order, going grocery shopping, having fresh food like in the house, like whatever we need to do, right? It's like, like it literally scares the shit out of me to like go back and have this huge laundry list of things to do. And that's like where I kind of feel like I have not been thriving, is allowing myself to go, hey, you don't have to get everything done like today, And the biggest thing for me was like the pregnancy guide coming out, obviously this past Friday. So I got home Tuesday, started back on work Wednesday, knowing that this is going to go live Friday. Everything was like done, but there was a few finishing touches, few things. I had to confirm the landing page, all these things, right? And I'm like, again, I get back home, it's like you're right back in the fire. And it's something we all do when we go on vacations. It's like, hey, guess what? You got to go back to work. I get that, but it's just that like stress of like after having such an extended period of time off and then coming back, you're like, oh, fuck, I'm literally gonna die. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. And, I've probably been my like worst version of myself. I feel like this postpartum, everything is just so fucking hard. And I know that I've said this the like last couple of episodes I kind of gave a postpartum update, but man, I think the transition of 2 to 3 and I'll update you guys in a couple months, but I think the transition of 2 to 3 has been by far the hardest. And I also argue that it could also be because Evie has just been more difficult, like not really napping yet, like just in that newborn trench. So, come back to me in 2 months. Am I going to say the same thing? I don't know, but I'll tell you right now, as of right now, 2 to 3 has been way harder. 1 is 1. Like this is literally what I've heard people say. 1 is 1, 2 is 2, 3 is too many. Like it's like that extra fucking body just adds like a whole different level of things. And like you are genuinely outnumbered. Like even at Disney, if it wasn't one of us having all 3 kids, like there was times I had all 3 kids in the middle of the fucking Disney park. No leashes, no nothing. Like I genuinely would have used them. I just didn't have them. I think it's very important for parent safety, but regardless, just raw dogging, right? And even at some points, like one person is always going to have either 2 kids or like 3 or 1. So like you're always outnumbered. Like one parent is always going to have more kids. Like there's just not as many hands to hold. Now, luckily Archie and Maddox are in a decent listening stage. So like for them to hold Wyatt's, both of Wyatt's hands. I have Evie, I have the strollers, whatever. But man, it was messy at times, but you adjust, you adapt. And I know for the sake of what I picture my family to be in the future and even in the now, like 3 kids was the move. I could not be more happy, more fulfilled. But let me tell you how fucking done I am. Like Wyatt's already snipped. Like we're good. We are done. The factory's closed. But I feel so like 3, take me the fuck out of the game, coach. You know what I mean? Like I am good. People who have 4 or 5 kids, what the fuck? Like you guys are superheroes because are you okay? Like maybe if there was more, the only caveat I'll give to that is depending on like the age difference, right? Like if I have 3 now and then I decided in 3 years I wanted to have another one, 4 kids, probably a breeze, right? You got all of them that are listening and then you have a baby, like it's whatever. But I think like when you're going like back to back to back to back and you have, call it 4, 5 under, if you have like 5 under 5, 5 under 6, are you guys okay? Now granted, I know some like twin things, triplet things can happen, but for the most part, say singleton births, no way, Jose. So yeah, that's kind of where I've been, where I'm going. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited to be back. I'll tell you guys that much. I'm excited to be back. And it was nice to chat with you. It was nice to also have 44 minutes, almost 50 minutes to myself. Sorry, I said 44. And yeah, it was nice. Look, my camera didn't die. We had a decent setup. I got kicked out of my room downstairs, so I had to do it from my office. So change of scenery. And we'll see where I record next week. It could just be different. I like to keep you guys on your toes. maybe I'll report from outside. You know, I don't know. So thank you for listening. Leave a comment, leave a reply, give a thumbs up, subscribe. When in doubt, code DESB at checkout, or like use my links, pop in my links, look at my website. Like or you know what, I'm going to be honest. Like if you ever go, hey Des, like you're in my DMs. Hey Des, I really want to purchase this. Like, do you have a link? Or like, hey, I know you showed this before. Can you link it to me? Please fucking ask. Cause like that little bit can mean the world to me. Okay. Hope you have a beautiful day. Have a great Thanksgiving too, by the way. And if your family runs turkey trots, like I'm just going to be the one to say it. I'm not judging you. I think that's a great way to start your morning, get your digestion moving, get your shits going, and then enjoy a good Thanksgiving. So I just want to say I stand with you. Okay. It's the other people that are missing out on a really good 5K, little good brisk walk. It doesn't even have to be a run. You're doing a great job. Okay. Hope you have a beautiful day. And happy Thanksgiving, Turkey Day, almost December. Talk to you next month.